Welcome to the first ever episode of the Kegs and Eggs Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, also known as Fratagonia, and we're here with Dan Mitchell, our Buffalo Bills guy. What's up, Dan?
Oh, Ryan, you know what? I was super excited when I saw that you decided to name this thing Keg and Eggs, because I think that just perfectly characterizes our friendship throughout the past couple of years.
For sure. I mean, throughout the past 3 or 4 years, to be honest. One of my favorite things, St. Patty's Day, whether it be football tailgates, anything, man, love some good old kegs and eggs.
Dude, I'm ready for COVID to be over, bro, because there's nothing more than I would love than
Me
to
too.
just start the day off with some brewskis and just to do a nice little day bar hop, man. That's my
Me
thing.
too, man. So we'll talk a little bit about tailgates today. And one of the differences with COVID, we have College GameDay, which will be the big topic today, coming to our alma mater, Coastal Carolina University, this weekend. What we'll end up doing for it, and then what we probably would have done for it on a normal year, if that would have happened. But anyway, yeah, let's go in and jump into that topic, man. So are you as shocked as I am right now that we're getting College GameDay in Conway, South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we might as well call the kettle black here, because first off, that was my biggest shock of this week. But then once we ended up going into seconds before we press record on this, it looks like that our opponent might be a much more formidable foe. I've never seen this happen in college football history. I mean, I feel bad that Liberty can't get their shit together, but I mean, I feel like this is going to be something that College GameDay is going to be even more excited about to be coming to Conway, South Carolina.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know who puts like the schedules together, who would change the schedule, but whoever the powers that be are, they got their hands full this weekend, man, because they got College GameDay is already here. It's already setting up, and they don't know if it's going to be Coastal Carolina versus Liberty anymore, like you said. So this news just came out this afternoon, and if Liberty can't play for whatever reason, it's going to be potentially BYU. They're ranked 13th in the nation. We're ranked between 14th and 18th. I've seen both, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, I mean, could they put together a football game like that in 2 days on 2 days' notice? I don't know.
Like, bro, honestly, man, like, say that this was any other scenario and say that College GameDay was not at Coastal Carolina University, then they would just cancel this game. Like, there would be nothing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, ESPN has their foot in the water at this point, and like they're basically looking at Coastal and BYU being like, listen, you mofos are playing on Saturday. Coastal Carolina will play a football game on Saturday since this is happening. And I mean, honestly, I'm here for it. I personally would like to see BYU against Coastal Carolina personally. I mean, I think that Coastal would have just ran the floor with Liberty regardless. But I mean, BYU is going to make it super interesting and like really put our names on the map.
You know, dude, it's interesting. The quarterback at BYU, I think he's like a top 5 Heisman candidate. I think his name's Zach Wilson. I believe that's BYU's quarterback. And then we have Grayson McCall at Coastal, who's also like in the top 10 candidates. So, I mean, that'd be a super matchup. And we have the 13 and 14 ranked teams playing each other. I mean, we would probably get the biggest bowl game non-playoff if we won a game like that. So, yeah, absolutely. If they could put it together, I would love to see us play BYU.
Dude, I mean, honestly, I figured that Coastal was going to be insane, like the second that College GameDay was about to be there. But I mean, now that like we actually have a team that's outside of the Sun Belt and a team where like Coastal could actually prove themselves, because I mean, it's nonsense in my opinion that like schools like Coastal, like there's no shot in hell that they would ever make the playoffs, right? Like it wouldn't matter if they were beating teams like, 62-0 each and every single week. It's just simply not going to happen. And I mean, exactly. I think that Coastal is about to be absolutely going insane.
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of what UCF, Central Florida, a few years ago, and they would like claim the national championship every year. They went undefeated, but I mean, they never played anybody. So they'd always get a pretty good bowl game, but they never get a shot at the playoffs. And usually they get whooped by the Power 5 school in the bowl. But what's interesting here is I don't know what's going on with Liberty. I'm going to try and look up the article here on my phone, Dan. It said something about I guess people at Liberty University are getting COVID. I guess the numbers have gone way up. So I guess they're predicting that some of the players are going to test positive tomorrow, but they don't know how many. They don't know that kind of thing. So I guess that's why it's like a tentative thing.
I mean, honestly, if I'm in Liberty's situation, I mean, say for example that, I mean, they have 0 tests like that next morning, then yeah, for sure. Roll down, like quarantine them, throw them in the plane and just get them right down to Conway, even if it has to be a day or two earlier, just to get them away from that cesspool. Say that you will. But I mean, say that you get 1 or 2, like 1 or 2 positives, like I think it's risky, man, because a lot of the times, bro, like it doesn't even pop up until 2 to 3 days afterwards. So, I mean, they could bring this entire team down, and then right before kickoff, they could see that 3/4 of their team has it, and it's a forfeit. And then ESPN is going to be super pissed off that they wasted their time coming to Conway. But
yeah, no doubt. So I'm going to read just a little bit from this article. The way it's titled is Liberty says it has some COVID-19 concerns. Will they affect the football game? So they intend to play the game. However, according to a university official on Wednesday afternoon, I can confirm we are having some COVID-19 concerns within our football program. I don't know what that means. Does it mean people are testing positive within the program? I don't know what they mean by concerns. It says they still intend to play the game. They're holding their normal practice, but it does come down to the positive amounts that come out tomorrow, I guess. So I guess they know that some people have it and they're worried that they passed it on to other players is what I'm kind of taking from it.
yeah, for sure.
So say we do play this game and win, or say we end up playing BYU and win. 2 weeks later, on December the 19th, we would have the Sun Belt Championship game against Louisiana Lafayette. Another good team. Matter of fact, we're the only team that beat them this year. I think we won by 3 points. It was 30-27. They're ranked 20th in the nation. So assume we beat them as well. That's 2 ranked games in a row that we could run the table on. What bowl game do we get? Do we possibly get that first team out of the playoffs? Get the number 5 team heading into
Dude,
bowl season,
I don't think that's possible, man. I just think the NCAA and the ranking committee, I think that they're just all about ACC, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, et cetera, whenever they start playing. And I mean, I could see top 10. Like, honestly, say that they do win against Louisiana Lafayette, then not only will I be a proud alumni, I do want to see them play a bowl game against like a big name, though. Like a big name school, like somebody that finished like 15 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
I like really want a damn challenge. 5 would be great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would be just as ecstatic as to when our baseball team ended up winning the College World Series. But
that was awesome.
Unfortunately, I mean, say that there was like a 6-team playoff or an 8-team playoff, with which I've been a huge advocate for ever since they made this whole playoff structure.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening this year, but I want to see a massive bowl game against like a powerhouse, like somebody in the SEC or somebody in the ACC, et cetera. Like,
yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. And also, man, like I wouldn't hate the 8-team thing, like you were saying as well, for the playoffs. Just have that first 4 be protected and then have like a 4-team elimination thing. And then
Exactly.
the top 6 play those 4, that kind of thing. But one thing I was thinking is a Texas A&M fan. I grew up in Texas, really grew up in South Carolina, but I'm from Texas and grew up a Texas A&M fan. Right now, we're ranked 5th in the nation. I think they have Clemson at like 4th. Notre Dame is maybe 3rd. Ohio State's right there as well. And of course, Alabama. But man, one of those teams isn't going to make the playoffs, and it could easily be Texas A&M or Clemson or like a Notre Dame. And just imagine if one of those bowl games was Coastal Carolina versus Clemson or Coastal Carolina versus Texas A&M. I mean, that'd be freaking nuts, man.
And I feel like a lot of things would need to happen. I feel like
for sure
the entire top 5 would need to lose out.
Yeah, but think about it this way. So we know Alabama's going to the SEC championship
easily.
And we know they're probably going to play Florida from the other side. And I think Florida's ranked like 6th right now. So that's a guaranteed loss for one of them. And as an A&M fan, I'm hoping it's a loss for Florida, because if Alabama loses, then Alabama and Florida would probably make the top 4. But if Florida loses, that definitely knocks Florida out. Then you have the ACC championship game, which is going to be a rematch between Clemson and Notre Dame. So imagine if Notre Dame wins again, then all of a sudden they knock Clemson out, and that puts A&M in the top 4 and could possibly set up like a Clemson number 5, number 6 versus Coastal Carolina number 10 kind of bowl game, man. That is my best case scenario, probably dream scenario that'll probably never happen, but that would be absolutely incredible.
I mean, wherever that bowl is, I mean, let's just hope that that's one of those scenarios where it's one of those stadiums that allow like 25-30% of people allowed in that stadium at that point. And I mean, granted, there probably wouldn't be any tailgates going on, but I mean, I would go just in case there was, like I tried and sniff one out. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely. So that
like,
kind of,
I mean, I totally would. Like, honestly, like I was bummed out that I couldn't go to Omaha for the College World Series. I wanted to go.
Yeah, I'll tell the story again. Our buddy Clay, I called him the night we won the College World Series, and I'm just sitting in my house on the other side of town, and it's like about this time in the afternoon, and I was kind of getting ready for bed, that kind of thing. I didn't know Coastal was going to win, but we did, and I called Clay up, and I'm like, dude, we probably should go out. Like we just won the College World Series. And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. So I'm like, well, where should we go? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, should we try Tongies? Because that's the Coastal College Bar. If you're not familiar with Tongies watching this.
Yeah.
And he's like, sure. So we get to Tongies at like probably 9-10 o'clock, and they stay open until 2 a.m, and they were already closed. So apparently it got so crazy the night we won. Like, dude, people were like burning couches and like stuff like that, man. Apparently it got packed, it got trashed, and they shut it down early. So ended up in a bar in like downtown Conway that was super sketch, but it was kind of a fun night anyway. I'll never forget. I mean, never thought I'd see us win a national championship while I was in school. But then somehow this even seems like bigger than that, being ranked right now. Been in the top 15, playing all these tough teams, potentially going undefeated. It's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah. And so football is God in the South, man. And like for anybody that doesn't realize that, like football is God in the South. Like,
yeah.
That's huge.
No
Especially
doubt.
if your college is ranked and like for real, it's just how it is.
So I guess the pressing question now, a good segue is, so what do we do this Saturday, man? Are we going to go a little bar hopping? I know there's a pandemic going on. Probably got to wear some masks. Probably have to stay mostly outdoors. But I think we do have to at least be near the vicinity of Conway, South Carolina.
I mean, I feel like we need to, right? I feel like there's no excuse that we don't go out there and celebrate. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people our age that we graduated with that will be in town for it, especially since it's just going to be such like a huge thing. I mean, I would love to go to Tavern. I mean, I'm not sure about Tongies because like there's like really not much of like a, and so you know what I'm saying? Like there's like really not much of an outdoor activity that we can do.
Yeah, and then it's going to be slammed inside. So I feel like the pandemic is going to be live and well in Tongies on Saturday, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. It's just going to be a Petri dish, bro. Like the second we walk in there, like we'll get it. The second we walk in there, we'd get it. But then again, I mean, like what's their policy on tailgating now? Have we heard anything?
So there are no tailgates at Coastal as of now. They're not doing them this year. I've talked to I still know a kid on Snapchat who's in the fraternity we're in, Pi Cap, and according to him, they're not doing tailgates at Coastal as of now. And also, College GameDay is not allowing people at College GameDay. So that tells you everybody will be at the bars. Like I said, got to be a little careful with a pandemic going on because I know how college kids are. But yeah, good places to be like outside. In our small group, like that sort of thing. That'll be a lot of fun. Now, on a normal day, assuming that it wasn't 2020 and Coastal didn't exist, man, I would be at campus at about 10 in at the tailgate scene, meeting new people because I don't know anybody that goes to Coastal anymore. And then we would probably be drunk at a bar by lunchtime.
Dude, I could not hang out with people that young anymore, bro. Like I would just be that old dude that just blacks out way too early and just like hangs up like on like the good old days stories, bro. And I promised myself I'd never be that guy. So, I mean, I think I'm almost like happy that like there's no tailgates because knowing me, like I'm like, 4 to 5 beers deep. I'd be like,
Yep.
yo, dude, let's do that. Let's go. Let's go, man. Like, I mean, I totally would, but I'm glad that didn't happen.
Dude, we'd be like shotgunning beers with Cowboy Jim. And for viewers
All
that
right.
don't know Cowboy Jim, Dan, I'll let you explain.
He's like some 60, 70-year-old dude, and he's the man. He's the man. But for some reason, he just enjoys going to college bars, and like he's got his cowboy hat on, he's got his cowboy boots, tight ass jeans. He normally has like a vodka soda or something like that. He's out there on the dance floor.
Yep.
Just like he's hitting on girls the age of his granddaughter, I'm sure, you know what I mean? But this guy's a legend. He's been around for 10 to 15 years, always getting smashed at every single coastal bar that's out there. And I feel like every school has that though. Like there's at least that one.
There's
dude,
always that one guy.
That one dude that just loves going out, getting smashed with the youth, giving him stories. But honestly, every conversation I've ever had with this guy has just been pure slurring of words. I never really understood what he ever said, but he was just an icon right of our college experience.
Yeah, dude. Last time I went to Tongies was a couple of years ago, and I think he told me to stay in school. And I'm like, dude, I graduated like 3 years ago.
Stay in school, or you'll end up, at Tongies.
Like me, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I used to call him the Indiana Jones hat guy. His hat kind of looks like the Indiana Jones hat, so that's how I known Cowboy Jim. But Dan, for someone who was in college a while like myself, what different campuses have you been to? Have you tailgated at through the past? I'm gonna throw you on the spot there,
dude. Campuses, okay. I've been to a couple. I've been to Morgantown in West Virginia. Ooh. Insane. They had this thing called Floatopia, bro. Like it was like 4 or 5 miles away from campus, and it was like this giant quarry. And like you get there, and like there was like 2 or 3 concrete slabs with like kegs everywhere. Like I'm talking, had to be like minimum like 800 people on floats throwing beers to each other and stuff. The tailgate was incredible. I've been to UGA, which is insane. And you
love Athens.
And so you were with me, weren't you?
I've probably been there at least once with you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Crazy. I love Millage Avenue. Love the college like scene out there. It like was absolutely amazing. But I mean, the one tailgate that I like, it's essentially a college tailgate, but it's not at a college. Mm-hmm. And it is the second best tailgate I've been to in my entire life, next to whatever tailgate I've ever been to in Buffalo.
I know what you're gonna say.
You do know what I'm gonna say. The Florida Georgia game.
Because I've been to Florida Georgia and Jack's Beach, baby. Yeah, I love that one.
Florida Georgia tailgate is. And so if y'all have not been, you need to go. Like not even like you should want to go, like you need to go. Like it's like a rite of passage. If like you're between the ages of like 21 and 33, go.
Cool. So we still have a few years to keep going.
Bring your well, hey dude, listen, like I mean, like worst case scenario, like we could just be those old dudes that like drive the pickup truck, just and are hammered, grilling out and stuff on the George Foreman on the tailgate.
No doubt. So Jack's Beach in general is just a lot of fun. I got a few buddies from college who were born and raised there, and it's a great town, dude. I love Lemon Bar. You used to go there and see like Blake Bortles there on a given day. Like,
and so I remember Lemon Bar.
Yeah. So great place. But so what's your favorite of all the college towns you've been to?
And is the Florida Georgia game is that included or just?
Yeah. You can include that.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So that's it. That's the one.
Best tailgate I've been to my entire life.
Okay. So I do have to say that's a really good one. Georgia as well. And the only difference is when I went to Georgia, I don't like know anybody at the University of Georgia. Although I will say that I did go to the University of Georgia one time when we were active in the fraternity, and I went with a couple of our buddies who weren't in our fraternity, but we happened to tell the people at Georgia that they were. And so we stayed, a few of us, with them, and we had a good time with the guys at Georgia. So that was a lot of fun. I've been to Clemson numerous times. I still got a buddy who's in grad school at Clemson.
And so I have been to Clemson too.
Yeah, Clemson always has a
That
good
was always a good
scene,
time.
and I like their bar scene as well. USC was really good. I had a buddy who
I've
was
been there
ATO at
too. Oh,
USC.
dude, listen, man, I must have drank more than I thought in college. Getting all
Yeah,
the
man,
places
it's
I've
been
been
a
to.
while. It's been a while. I haven't been to Columbia in a while, but
Yeah.
another really good tailgate scene. I went to Texas A&M a few times, and College Station is another typical big college out in the middle of nowhere, kind of like your Clemson, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one, and also, dude, UNC is a good one as well. And if you remember our old college bar at Coastal, might as well. There's also a
Yeah.
good might as well at UNC.
And so I thought that was at UNC Wilmington. And
So
so is there another might as well?
there's one at UNC Wilmington, and there's one in Chapel Hill. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. I know, it's kind of cool.
Dude, might as well. I missed that place.
Dude, my buddy Holden and I go there one time, and this was a couple years ago because we'd never been to UNC, so we went to a tailgate there, and we see the might as well bar, and we remembered it from college, so we're like, well, we're too old, but we might as well go in there anyways, have a couple beers, and so we do, and we go to show them our ID at the door, and they just look at us, they're like, "You're good, dude." Yeah, I'm like, oh man, that's bad.
Damn.
But if I'm picking my favorite place to tailgate, dude, Georgia is up there, man.
Yeah, it is.
Georgia,
And that was
UGA
a
is
close
a
second
fun
to me.
town. Yeah, so that I might actually pick Georgia to win. Georgia and South Carolina. So
and you still haven't been to a Bills Mafia tailgate either, though.
I have not. So that's something we're gonna have to plan for the future. And I'm about to say, man, next year without COVID, we might have to plan for a couple trips with the boys, couple tailgates, that sort of thing.
Dude, a few boys trips are gonna be, for sure.
Absolutely.
Much needed.
No doubt. Once it starts warming up again outside, man, it'll be the perfect time for it. So speaking of Bills Mafia, man, give me the lowdown on your Buffalo Bills right now. What's going on? So they beat the Chargers on Sunday, I believe.
We did, bro. It was a pretty ugly win. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It was. But one thing that makes me happy is that our defense ended up showing out. I was super nervous that Matt Milano was still on the IR, but this one guy that we picked up from the Saints during the offseason, AJ Klein, let me tell you what, his first 5 or 6 games, like Bills Mafia was ready to just like throw this dude on the streets. We were ready to cut him and just like bring up like, some random dude from the practice squad because we thought that would be better. But dude, I mean, this guy is like leading our team in sacks right now. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they finally put him more in the middle linebacker role, being that pressure linebacker. And he's been fitting it like a glove. And that's been the difference in our defense thus far. I mean, first half of the season, bro, like we didn't have our 2019 defense at all. But these past couple of games, while our offense was winning us games, I would say the first quarter into the half of the season, our defense is slowly starting to put those shoes back on. And right as a Bills fan sitting at 8-3, you just look at the possibilities of what if we can get both of those units to show up the exact same day. And I mean, so many people like might call me a homer and stuff like that for saying this, but I mean, this is like the first time ever in my entire life as a Bills fan where like I wasn't a child and I could actually intellectually talk football, that I felt that our team had a chance of fucking winning it all this year.
Yeah,
That's
man. I get that. So AJ Klein played for the Panthers at one time, right? Like years ago.
I believe that was his first team.
So okay, so I know that name from Carolina, but how's Josh Allen been doing?
Dude, fantastic.
Still balling out?
Still balling out, dude. You know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's had bad games, but his good games have been damn good. And I mean, I always try to tell this to my audience as well, because last year, like he would win us games, he would find a way to win, and they would always turn right to the stats, be like, oh, like he only completed like 54% of his like passes, or like he did this, he did that. But even Josh Allen's bad games this year, bro, he's still well over 60%. He's having some flash plays. He still has that guy. Like, dude, with Josh Allen, Ryan, I'm getting to a point that if the Bills are down by, one score and we have one more possession, then I know we're winning that game. Like, that's just the kind of player that he is.
So that confident in him. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. Right now, like he's second in the NFL for active quarterbacks for game-winning drives.
Yeah, that's some
And
Pat like you were saying last year, man. That's some Pat Mahomes type
dude,
data, man. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, man, like say for example that bullshit Hail Mary from the Cardinals game didn't happen, then Josh would have had another game-winning drive right there. I mean, he had a beautiful throw to Diggs in the end zone with 30 seconds left. Like, no one thought, and that the Cardinals were going to run down the field and do that. That's just not the kind of quarterback that Kyler Murray normally is. But I mean, is what it is.
It happened,
man.
It's one of those plays, man. Triple coverage. You got your best three guys on the defense defending the play, and Nuke still came down with a catch. So I mean, maybe it happens one out of every 30 times, but I mean, Nuke is that good. It'll be interesting to see how everybody watching this that isn't a Bills fan is going to think about your comments. I do see y'all getting a home playoff game again this year, and I do think y'all probably win one this year. I think y'all win a playoff game.
Dude, I mean, I'm like honestly really hoping so. And to be honest with you, man, like we have the 49ers on Monday. I'm like super confident about that game. And then after that, dude, we have the Steelers. And to be honest with you, man,
y'all the team to beat the Steelers.
But after I saw the Steelers play today,
yeah, not too hot.
I'm not scared of them, bro. I am not scared of the Steelers at all. Like judging how they played against the Cowboys, no offense.
Yeah, I mean, no, they weren't scary against the Cowboys. I completely agree. I mean, we played well that game though.
Yeah, and so how they played against the Ravens today, where half of their team wasn't there.
Yeah, I saw Trace McSorley in like the third quarter, and I don't watch a lot of games outside of the Cowboys, but man, I was watching a little bit of it, and I was like, ugh, this is brutal.
And I mean, honestly, dude, like, I mean, like, really at the end of the day, I'm sure that a lot of non-Bills fans can say, oh, well, like, I mean, like, y'all barely beat the Jets. But then at the end of the day, we put 40 up on the Seahawks. I mean, it's any given Sunday. It really is, man.
Especially this year. It's
any given Sunday. Yeah. So, I mean, but I mean, really overall, man, I mean, I would absolutely love the Bills to go 12-4. That's where I'm having them finish. I have a feeling that we're going to drop one to the Patriots. That's going to be our fourth loss. And then I can see us going on ahead and taking the division at 12-4. Hopefully third seed in the playoffs would be ideal. And nice. Yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, the thing is, man, freaking the Cowboys might go 4-12. So we might have opposite records. And I probably would have guessed before the season that it would have been the opposite. I think I guessed y'all to have a down year this year, and I guessed us to do really well. So I completely missed on that. What I did want to ask you about the 49ers this week, what's going on with them? Are they healthy yet, or do they still have everybody out?
No, they still have practically everybody out. I know that Sherman is going to be back, so that's going to help them a little bit with their secondary situation, but they still have key injuries on their defensive line. And obviously Bosa, he's out for the season. There's a lot of injuries in their secondary. With Sherman coming back, that should be able to help them. And as far as their offensive weapons, we're going to be going up against Nick Mullins, and there's no George Kittle whatsoever. And then one more thing, it's about to be in a dome since the state of California pushed that no organized sports are allowed to be played at all in the state. So we're playing in Arizona again for the second time this year. Mm-hmm. And dude, I mean, and so the Bills in a dome are good, dude. So the Bills in a dome with no
bad weather. Nice. So
no bad weather. Just let Josh just unleash.
Do his thing. Yeah. So, man, Cowboys were supposed to play tomorrow, which I'm kind of glad we're not. I needed time to prepare for this. And instead, we're being moved. Well, we were moved to Monday Night Football. And now we're moved to Tuesday night because we're playing the Ravens, right?
Got it.
And so watching the Ravens today, I mean, they're not scary, but the Cowboys are pretty bad. So I wouldn't predict us to beat anybody, especially if we go up against RG3, because RG3 seems to beat us every time he plays us, even though he's 10 years past his prime. But it's just the way it goes, man.
And well, let me ask you this. You think that if Dak was still like great behind center, that your season would be different right now?
I mean, it would definitely be different, but would we still be a good team? I don't think so, man. Now, if we were healthy all the way around, I think then Dak being back would be huge. But I mean, the offensive line, it's been hit or miss, but man, the secondary is horrible right now. Losing Trayvon Diggs for the rest of the season sucks. But like I said, the
Yeah, it
whole
does.
offensive line is out. I don't think we were meant to go to the playoffs this year. I don't know if it matters who was available, but it's just been that one of those years, man. Things haven't been going our way. Even when Dak was playing, he was playing very well, but the team just couldn't put it together, man. So I don't know what it is. And then as far as Thursday, as Thanksgiving Day goes, I was feeling pretty confident in front of that game. Then it became Thanksgiving Day, and we just didn't show up, man. And I didn't get to watch most of the game.
The damn Washington football team.
So, dude, I got like sick on Thanksgiving, by the way. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh, shit. You good?
That was a mess. Yes, I'm fine now. I've been on meds for 5 days, but I had like a sinus infection, man. And it wasn't that bad, but I'd had it like a few days leading up. It was like last Saturday we hung out. And then I didn't feel great the few days after that. Not like sick, but I had like a little sinus pressure in my eyes. So I know when I'm getting like a sinus infection. And then Thanksgiving Day, I was just having a hard time breathing a little bit. So I started panicking because I'm like, not breathing well. I'm dying of COVID. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was panicking and but then I turned on the air because there wasn't the air running because it's been hot, cold, hot, cold. And once the air started running in the house, I started breathing fine. And then I hopped on some meds because I knew I was still trying to come down with something. But within a day or two, I was perfectly fine. So that's that. But the bad.
So you're back this weekend.
I'm absolutely back. But the bad part of the story is I didn't get to watch 60-70% of the Dallas Cowboys game. And looking back at it, man, I probably didn't want to anyways. It was horrible.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So what about your Thanksgiving, man? Did you spend it with your brother? What'd y'all do?
Dude, yeah, man. My mom ended up getting COVID, unfortunately. So normally we go over to her house and we have Thanksgiving dinner, but we just ended up deciding we just hung out at my brother's house. It was me, him, and his girlfriend. And, we just made some dinner. We hung out. We had a couple of beers. I mean, to be honest with you, I was like pretty hungover on Thanksgiving because
you went out the night before. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, because Thanksgiving Eve's always like a big night for us to go out and just get rowdy. And needless to say, I got
You went to Tin Roof, didn't you?
Dude, we went everywhere.
That's awesome. Tin Roof's a cool outdoorsy spot. They do live music. It's in most of your big cities, but also in little Myrtle Beach. But
yeah, for sure. But
man, I miss that.
Yeah, dude, it was definitely a good time. And I mean, obviously, we were with Boston, Austin, so we ended up at Bumstead's too.
Oh, of course. So Bums is our little local dive bar in downtown that we always end up at. Anyways, man, what do you think about Thanksgiving food? Are you a big Thanksgiving food guy?
Dude, huge Thanksgiving food guy. Dude, I like my favorite, and like this is like basic, but like I'm a big mashed potato guy. Huge mashed potato guy. And I mean, especially the way like that my mom like makes them and stuff like that or whatever. Like this like sort of sounds gross for anybody that's like super health conscious and shit like that. But like I mean, she uses a pretty decent amount of butter in her mashed potatoes. Bruh, the potatoes are fluffy as fuck.
I mean, yeah, they got to have some butter.
Dude,
no doubt.
Need to, bro. Need to. Listen, I will risk having a plate of those mashed potatoes once or twice a year during the holidays, throw on a couple LBs and just burn them back off when I can. But I mean, dope, great. And there's a family recipe we have. It's green beans, sour cream, and mushrooms. It sounds weird, but it's fucking good. It is very, very damn good. And obviously turkey, bro. And obviously turkey.
So, we didn't do turkey at the house this year. Well, first off, my family usually goes to New York City for Thanksgiving. You know that because of the pandemic. We stayed home this year. My aunt came over and we had a ham. My grandmother made a ham and it was very good, right? So it was like I don't know what kind of ham it was, but it was flavorful. It was good, similar to a turkey. But we had that. I had some mac and cheese. I don't eat dressing. I'm not big on the green bean casserole thing, and I don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot, bro. Like, listen, because I mean, like, you were born in Texas.
Yes.
So, like, you call it dressing, and
I
call it stuffing.
Stuffing. Okay.
I call it stuffing, bro. Okay. Funny ass story. Need to get this down. One of my friends, right? His brother's significant other, and like this is like a southern ass family, right? But
Okay.
his brother was dating this northern girl from Jersey.
Is this somebody I know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was that my buddy's mother told his brother's girlfriend, hey, listen, so Thanksgiving dinner, like all I need you to bring is the dressing. Like just bring like 2 tubs of it, like 2 tins and shit.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
This bitch shows up with 2 tins of like Italian dressing, bro.
No.
Italian salad dressing, bro. Needless to say, was not the best first impression that you could give on a southern family like that. But
oh man, that's brutal. So dressing, I guess it's a southern thing, but I'm not a big dressing guy, man. You call it stuff and I call it dressing, but I'm not a big fan of it. We did have this thing and my mom's father's side of the family, when we used to spend Thanksgiving around them in upstate South Carolina, they made this thing which was a heart attack waiting to happen called a cheese pie. And
it sounds like it.
Somewhat similar, kind of looked like a baked macaroni cheese in a dish. But dude, it without like the macaroni, it was just cheese, man. And
Really?
it was, dude, I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe there was some pasta in it. I don't know. But it was diabetes waiting to happen.
Diabetes waiting to happen.
So if I had to rank, I do enjoy the ham, and if there was turkey, I'd eat a little bit of turkey. But as far as like the side dishes go, man, I don't like the Thanksgiving stuff. It's kind of weird to me, but normal to everyone else, to be completely honest.
Dude, I feel you on that. Like honestly, man, like Thanksgiving is like definitely one of my favorite holidays.
It's one of your favorite?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, especially if there's good football on, good food.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Good food, get to relax, and then I have off, like 4 or 5 days of work. I get to do nothing, just sit around, nurse my hangover, and watch football.
Maybe that's why I don't like Thanksgiving very much, is because I got to watch my team get beat every year.
Get destroyed every year.
Just get destroyed. Last year it was like the Dolphins that beat us, but
no, it was the Bills.
The Bills beat us on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
okay, maybe the year before it was the Dolphins.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, the Bills did smoke us on Thanksgiving last year. Thanks for reminding me of that. Anyways, let's move on to 2 weeks from now. Well, let me look at the date. Today's the 2nd. So in 20 days, the NBA season starts back. A few days before Christmas week. It's a pretty exciting day for me. I know you're not a big NBA fan. So what do you think about it? And usually with the NFL offseason, it more collides with the NBA season starting. It's a little different this year, but what's your off season usually like? If you don't watch the NBA, what do you do?
Dude, and to be honest with you, man, I mean, I watch a little baseball here and there. And so, I mean, I played baseball growing up. So, I mean, I still enjoy like watching it every now and again, bro. But dude, like I am just glued to like ESPN and NFL alerts about like who's been working out with who are the top free agents, who's going to visit this team, who's going to visit that team, et cetera, bro. Like, honestly, man, I have NFL on the brain all damn year, but I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Like I just have NFL like on the brain, like all year. Like, I mean, I'm a Braves fan, like before Major League Baseball. So obviously I watched like each and every single one of their games when it came playoff time. But I mean, honestly, like regular season, never, I mean, maybe once or twice. I mean, I love going to Major League Baseball games. And I mean, I've been to an NBA game, and so a time or two.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'll do that. And then I want to get into NHL. I really, really want to get into NHL.
Same, but it's hard, man. It's difficult.
Yeah, dude, it is. And so it's hard when your team isn't good. Like you like have no excuse because like
I watched the Stanley Cup, but it's just like it's hard to follow, man. If you don't know the players and you don't know the rules and that kind of stuff. I love baseball. I'm a Texas Rangers fan. I keep up with my San Antonio Spurs. Sometimes I'll even talk about them on YouTube and stuff. But hockey's a tough one for me, man.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. But yeah, and so, but I mean, I'm definitely somewhat excited for NBA to start. I mean, maybe I might go on ahead and I might try to get into it this year because once football is over, it's tough.
So what team would you cheer for if you did try and get into it?
What team dude, I've always been like I've never been okay with rooting from a team that I absolutely have no ties to whatsoever.
Yeah,
Right. Like, I
that's
mean, I
fair.
could
I'm the
never
same
be
way.
like, yo, I'm a Phoenix Suns fan just because. Right. Like, nah, like
Mhm.
that's not me. If I had to, I'd probably have to pick the Hornets just because I lived in Charlotte for a while. And that's like the closest
Yeah, that's fair.
geographically to where I am at this point. Um, and so the city of Buffalo, we had the Buffalo Braves for a long time. I believe last season was like
You got that
79.
ugly Kawhi Leonard jersey, the Buffalo Braves
Oh,
one,
dude,
man.
it's fucking lit. But
Oh
yeah.
man.
And so like I like accidentally washed it like and so like with like a bunch of bright colors and it's like pink
Did you
now. So
ruin
I
it?
had,
Oh
oh
man, I was about to
yeah, I
say you
ruined
haven't
it.
worn that in a while.
Yeah, nah. So I mean that's gonna be retired for a while, like not unless like maybe it'll be like a beach basketball jersey or something like that.
That's
But
hilarious.
and so they ended up going over and they are now the LA Clippers.
Right.
So I mean, I guess I could probably get away with saying that I'm a Clippers fan, but nah,
I don't think so. I think you gotta go the
no.
Charlotte route, man. I think you
Me
gotta stay
too.
with, MJ and Charlotte. And they've had an interesting offseason. I'm not gonna say
I've seen
good,
that.
but interesting. So they signed Gordon Hayward
I saw that.
and they drafted LaMelo Ball, man. So that's
I saw that.
kind of fun, right? So I mean, might not be a bad team as a new fan to start following.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man, listen. I suppose anything can happen. So what's happening with the season? Is it still going to be like a shortened season, or is it still like a
I
bubble situation?
I really don't know how they're going to play it, man. I think it may be a bubble. I don't know. I'm not prepared to answer that question, actually. I
Yeah.
just know that the preseason is about to start. I know the regular season starts on the 22nd. I would hope they do a bubble again because it worked so well the last time. And
Yeah,
it's not like the NFL where if you got like five guys out, you could still play. If you're missing one or two players, you're pretty much done.
you're screwed.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't see that working out in their favor. So hopefully they're doing it like they did it in the bubble.
And you saw that big trade today too.
Yeah, so you told me about it. So it was what Russell Westbrook
It was
for
Westbrook got sent over to the Wizards
uh-huh.
for John Wall and a first-round pick.
I mean, dude, so I'm still processing this, but that kind of blows my mind, man. I mean, for the
And so is
Rockets,
that not a good trade?
well, I
And
mean,
so who
first
won that
off,
trade? Yeah.
I mean, dude, here's the thing: the Rockets are having issues right now, apparently. So I guess from what I understand, Westbrook wanted out and James Harden wanted out, right? So getting anything back, I guess, is a good thing. Now, John Wall's contract is among the worst in basketball, not because he's a bad player, but mostly just because he's never healthy and he's making like 40 million a year. So the fact that they did get a first round pick though is a good thing. So I would say that I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, honestly, like you said, like I'm like really not much of like a basketball guy at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think that the Wizards probably end up winning out on that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean Westbrook's definitely the better player.
Yeah.
He's stayed healthier throughout his career. They're probably around the same age, so I guess it doesn't really make sense to me why they would send a first round pick to get Russell Westbrook, but it does make sense that they would get rid of a first round pick just to get John Wall out of town in his contract.
Just to get John Wall. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it was a solid business
just a
decision on their
bad
part.
contract. I think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I got to ask you, man. You keep telling your fans, and I noticed today you passed 10,000 subscribers on your channel. So,
Yes.
first off, congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
Well deserved.
Thank you, bro.
So, I know the Bills Mafia loves you.
Yeah.
So, I know you promised a Xbox or a PlayStation 5 or something like that for your fans. Okay, PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you
And so
what do
one
you
of those two.
what do you prefer? Which one would you want for yourself?
Dude, I'm a PS5 guy, bro. Like
too.
I would want a PS5. Like honestly, like I just recently got into like the whole like as far as like the game consoles and stuff recently because
Yeah.
one that I should have gotten like a couple of months ago
Uh-huh.
because I started like playing Madden online. I'm still
Yeah.
trash, but, it's fun. And you were like hell bent on like, bro, make sure
Get
you
the
get the
PlayStation.
PS4.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And
why not
I was right.
Xbox? And you were right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
you were damn
PS
right on it. It was solid. So I mean, dude, definitely I'm a PS5 guy, dude. Like, I mean, I wouldn't buy both consoles, like not unless like I was like loaded. or like anything along those lines. But
I'm gonna get both, but I'm not loaded. But
so you're gonna get both. Okay.
well, so man, I'd rather have the PS5, but the Xbox Series X was more attainable. So I'll probably wait till next year and get the PS5 early next year. But
next year.
Yeah, but I got the Series X on the way right now.
Oh, you were able to order one.
Uh-huh.
How?
A bundle on GameStop.
A bundle? Oh wow. Okay, so they weren't sold out or anything?
So it sold out in a couple minutes, but that the Xbox bundles you get a chance to get if you get right there, like right when it drops. And I just got fortunate with that. Now PlayStation will sell out the second it drops. That Xbox, if it's in a big bundle, you'll have about 30 seconds, 45 seconds to click it.
So how long do you think it's gonna like be until it settles down? And like
until they get more in stock? I feel like they're way understocked.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Like, I mean, like, I'm like gonna tell the winner, like, I'm gonna be like, bro, like, honestly, like, I was way in over my head. So just be patient with me.
So yeah, so early,
just be
probably close. I mean, if not the end of the year, then early next year, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, like, I mean, say the kid's like upset. Like, I'll just be like, bro, like, I'll just like Venmo you like $500. Like,
yeah. Get your own PlayStation. Like, here's the cash.
I mean, if like you would like rather just me do that, I can do it. Or
yeah. Give them the option. That's fair. I feel like, I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, so I have the Series X headed my way soon. One thing I did want to mention, there's a couple new shows I'm into right now. Are there any shows you're watching that you like?
Shows, dude, I'm watching right now, bro. Like during quarantine, I probably streamed everything known to man. Like I've seen everything. I just started Game of Thrones. I just started it.
That's a classic.
Dude. Like I've never seen it.
No one likes the way it ends. I'll tell you that. Last season gets a little shaky, but the first however many seasons are incredible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I mean, I'm enjoying that, dude. So far, like I didn't think I would, but you know, I did. And yeah, dude, like, and so like really looking back into like quarantine and shit like that, like I'm like trying to think of like things that I like loved. Have you seen Banshee before?
No, what's it on?
Bro. So it's on Amazon. So it's about this dude. And like I'll just give you like the general plot or whatever. He's like he like just got out of prison and like he's known for like robbing banks. Like he's like not a good dude. And then he goes to this small town and like he goes to grab a beer and shit like that. And like there's this new sheriff in town. Okay. And then the new sheriff dies like in front of him because he gets shot in the head right at the bar. And then this guy, he essentially steals his identity. So this criminal is now the sheriff of a small town in, I believe it's Amish country in Pennsylvania. It is the most violent.
That's nuts.
It's the most violent, like thrill-seeking show you'll ever see in your entire life. It is amazing. I
like the plot, man. I might have to check that out.
Dude, for real, man. Like, I mean, like you will be hooked like that. And then The Boys. Please tell me you've seen The Boys.
No, but you've told me about it. Told me about it. I know. I haven't
seen The Boys.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, I mean, like, you're like not like a big, it's like a superhero guy, but it's fucking.
I thought you were gonna say not big The Boys guy. I'm like, dude, I'm
I'm a huge Boys guy. You know,
yeah, dude,
dude, but for real, dude. And so like, there's like 2 seasons now on Amazon. It's sick.
Okay, so I'll get to checking that one out then.
Yeah.
For me, I just finished The Haunting of Hill House with I've been watching that one with my family. Dude, great show.
Really?
Yeah, on Netflix.
It's like a horror. So it's like a horror thing. Yeah,
and it's a little deeper than that, but it's definitely a horror thing. It's kind of like a series, like a horror film, but across 10 episodes, that sort of thing. So it's really good. Netflix did a great job with that. Then Bly Manor is the one I'm gonna start next. So I think it's the same cast, just different plot and similar kind of thing. But what I just started about a week ago, and I'm already on season 2, is I don't know how I never watched this show, but The Sopranos on HBO.
Oh shit, I've never seen that either.
Dude, I am obsessed.
It's that good?
Dude, I just love like the mobster movies, stuff like that, man. I really get into that. And it's a very well done one. And I was talking to my pops about it, and he was telling me it's kind of like the first show that they did like that, like Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, like those kind of shows. Like this was the first major produced one that HBO did. So it's sick. If you're into any of like I like The Godfather growing up, like stuff like that. It's serious like that, but it's also some comedy in there too. Like it's a great show.
Yeah. Damn.
So
I'm gonna have to look at it. You know what I mean?
and then there's a new one I saw like a preview for that looks good. That I'm gonna start on FX called Snowfall. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So it's called. You said snow, but yeah, it's called Snowfall, and I guess it's about them like selling drugs in like Cali or something in like the 80s. So it's kind of got like that Vice City kind of feel to it. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna start that soon. I like the crime TV shows, man.
Oh yeah, so do I, man. I'm all about it. What about that one show that was originally from Spain? It's on Netflix. It's called Money Heist. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have not,
sick.
but I have heard of that. Is that a good show?
Oh yeah, it's sick, bro. Like I love like the bank robbery plots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, bro. Like that's like good TV for me.
Yeah, I need to start a couple of these then, man. I got this brand new TV, which by the way, that was my Black Friday special. I don't know about you. I don't usually shop on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
One, because usually I'm in New York City with my family for Thanksgiving, and Black Friday is freaking nuts there. So that's where
I
like,
can imagine. It's insane.
oh, dude, like Macy's, it looks like a tornado went through the place if you go there on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But this year I was at home and Best Buy had a TV specials it was a 4K TV, 55 inches for like $280. And I have like an old HD TV, like a 46-inch television. So I upgraded that for a couple $100. And dude, I'm kind of excited about it.
That's crazy, bro.
So that's my news. And also got to tell the new listeners that I have a new member of my family coming in soon, within a week, hopefully. I think I told you about this, Danny. I'm getting a puppy, man.
Yes, dude. What kind of puppy are you getting?
So we have decided on a golden doodle, man.
A doodle.
Yeah,
dude,
so
I fuck with doodles, man.
So our friend Jale, one of your old roommates, she's the one that told me about one of our fraternity brothers. His mother breeds doodles, so it just worked out perfect. I got to talking to her, man, and she wanted me to go down there and meet the puppy's parents and that kind of stuff. So I did, and it worked out well. So I made a deposit, and when the puppies are born, hopefully within the next 7 days, fingers crossed, I'm gonna go out there and pick one out, man. So I'm very stoked about that. So gonna have a golden doodle, and I'm gonna go ahead and release the name. If it's a girl, her name is gonna be Emika.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. So yeah. So everybody's like, why Emika? And I'm like, I like the name, man. It's something I came up with.
I just like that name, dog.
I just like that name, dog. Yes.
And so what if it's a boy?
So, Zahn, dude.
you should have called her Hawk, bro. Hawk or Zahn.
Zahn, dude. No, I haven't come up with a boy's name yet, man. It can't.
Is
be
what
Zahn.
It is.
Yeah,
it should be Zonder, dude. It should be.
It should be. But that's my new news in my life, man. Anything good with you this week? You've been hanging out with your fam. That's pretty much it.
Dude, just been working. I've been trying to crank out as many YouTube videos as possible. I like slack during Thanksgiving, man. I got that
too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And so just with the holidays and stuff like that, and I was going through some shit too. So I'm like good now, and I'm just ready to hit the ground running and just take over, man. Take over. As far as 15,000 subscribers are in sight now. So I'm just ready to keep the ball rolling.
You'll get there quicker than you got to your first,
1,000, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, bro, at this point.
It comes quick after that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a grind though. I'll say that Thanksgiving week was tough for me with YouTube as well, just because, man, on a good day, it's a grind. But when your channel's barely growing and stuff, it's tough, man, to keep telling yourself, keep pushing out content, that sort of thing. I took it off. I took few days off talking about the Cowboys because one, I didn't watch the game. So I was like, I don't have anything to really provide content wise about that Thanksgiving Day game. And then I was like, maybe I should just switch it up a little bit, talk about something different, something I know. So I made that Spurs video yesterday and got a lot of good feedback from that. I think I got 20 new subscribers from that. So that was kind of exciting. Kind of gave me some motivation to maybe do some different stuff.
That's funny shit.
Yeah.
That's funny shit. Dude, honestly, man, listen, like just like since you're at where you're at, dude, like you're still in like the experimenting phase, bro. Like just like,
you're actually
experiment with a bunch of different topics and make it happen.
Absolutely right. So the next thing to go on there is going to be the podcast, man. I'm excited about this. I've been planning meticulously for the podcast for weeks. And Daniel on the other side of that camera right there has been putting me off for the podcast, guys, for weeks. And I've been preparing.
Who, me?
Like Tom Brady. I've been preparing week in, week out, like Tom Brady, man, just looking at the tape, looking at other podcasts. I was watching, I don't know, 5-10 different podcasts yesterday. As a matter of fact, Danny, I listened to a podcast with Mike Stud and Johnny Manziel, and it might have been the worst podcast I've ever listened to. It was pretty bad.
Was it that bad? Because I really wanted to, really? Because I wanted to.
I thought so, man. My buddy Ben showed it to me, and he thought it was good. And by the way, I was just giving you a hard time about putting me off, but I thought it was okay, man. I listened to a couple minutes worth, and they're basically just start talking about like how they like get people to go away when they're like out and people are asking for pictures and stuff.
Well, how do they?
Dude, Johnny Manziel's like, dude, I kept at like this guy comes up to me and I'm like with the boys and I hadn't seen him in like a couple years and that kind of stuff. And he's like, dude, can I take a picture with you? And I'm just like, no, like not right now, like that kind of thing. It's like they're kind of like bragging about like, you know, having to like shove people away, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know, I can't relate. So just like two famous dudes just, you know, shooting the crap with each other.
Yeah, damn.
But it's worth listening to. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. Listen, I mean, Mike Stud, dude. I remember back in the day when he was like the shit for like 10 minutes.
Dude, there was like a bunch of college rappers. I feel like when like through our time at Coastal, they like aren't big anymore. Like Mike Stud, Sam Adams. I don't know if
Sam Adams. What the hell happened to him?
Dude, her? Sammy Adams. Who? Sam Adams.
For a second, I thought you said her. Like, I mean, like, I'm not sure if you remember her. I'm like,
no, him. But
yeah, oh yeah. I love college, but yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I hate college, but love all the parties. Yeah.
Oh, dude, great song.
But yeah, for sure. But Hoodie Allen. Yeah, there were a bunch of them, dude.
Yeah.
Chitty Bang. You remember them?
No, I don't.
Oh, dude, they sang that. I'm not gonna try and sing it, so we'll drop that. But
it's for next week's episode.
Yeah.
I'll do karaoke and shit.
That'll be like the intro song to the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful, man. I'm all about it.
So it'll be demonetized the second I post it, but that's okay. Don't I get like a certain amount of time before, like at the beginning? Or no, not at the beginning, but can I play like a few seconds of the song without it demonetizing?
Yeah. I think it's like 10 seconds or something like that. But I mean, it's definitely not enough for like someone to like be like, oh, damn, it's that song.
No, if you heard like 2 seconds of this song, you know exactly what it is.
Okay, sick.
I'm serious. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, nice. that will be the intro. Matter of fact, I might just make it the intro on this. Like the first 5 seconds, you might just hear that song in the background, like over us talking. Yeah, But dude, I think that's pretty much it for today, don't you think? I think we covered some good stuff, man.
Dude,
we'll have a lot to talk about next week with just going off this Coastal game, man. Building on that, are we gonna win? Are we gonna go out and have fun? It'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I mean, this is definitely and bro, like I mean, this is definitely a good time, dude. Like I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this every week.
For sure, man. So appreciate you getting together, man. And guys, catch us next week. If y'all want to support the podcast right now, all we really need you to do is subscribe to both of our channels. I left a link in the description with Dan's channel, and mine is obviously Fratagonia. Also, you know, like, comment, that sort of thing. Definitely smash that notification bell for some more daily content on YouTube. And there was one other thing, and I forgot. So, dang it. You got anything else, Dan? Well, I think keep it going while I think of my thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I mean, the support's definitely going to be good, guys. Definitely going ahead. Tell a friend too. You know what I mean? I mean, I think Ryan and I are pretty funny people. And I mean, we've
Yeah,
known each other for a
sometimes.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Like, I mean, this is the first time that I think Ryan and I have had a conversation together while sober in quite some time. But I mean, here
Yeah.
we are. Here we are. It
So
is what it
I
is.
so I came up with it. So what I was gonna say when I was just awkwardly sitting there thinking was I downloaded TikTok and I have an account. So this would be a great segue if we ever get an advertisement for like a VPN commercial for like, TikTok. You don't get any of your information stolen from China, download the VPN, that sort of thing. But regardless, guys, if you have TikTok, make sure you follow at Real Fratagonia. And maybe, just maybe, on Saturday, I'll post some of our shenanigans from the coastal game, from the bars, that sort of thing. So that'd be a fun new way to post some content. How about that?
Dude, how about that?
How about that?
Let's do it.
Catch me outside at the coastal game. Catch me at college game day. Dude, I'm stoked. I'm ready for it to be Saturday. Saturday is almost here. Till then, I'm gonna let you go. Guys, it's been real. I think we're out.
Deuces.
Peace.